Okay, we're on the air and on time, sort of. So on behalf of the Senate, I'll call our 1:30 conference in conference room 224 on this day, the 25th of April, 2002, to order.
Welcome and great to be here for some productive work.
Yes.
So shall we start with some of the Senate bills that appear
Sure.
first on the agenda?
Okay. Conferees, let's start with Senate Bill 3075, House Draft 2 relating to the franchise tax. On behalf of the Senate, I have the privilege of being the chair. My co-chair is Senator Shimabukuro, and members are Chang and Favela.
And on behalf of the House, we have myself and Representative Todd as co-chairs and Representatives Kitagawa and Matsumoto as managers.
Okay. I believe we passed across a proposed CD that would change the effective date to upon approval. We sent Ways and Means a copy this morning, and hopefully you received a copy. But of course, we are waiting for.
We
Money
have
committee
and we've
release.
transmitted to money committees, but we do not have release yet.
Okay, so shall we reconvene? I'm gonna do the same time slot tomorrow. Does
Sure.
that work?
April 26th at 1:30 p.m. here in room 224 would be great.
Okay. We will move that measure forward, and hopefully the money folks will have a chance to review it and we'll be able to move it forward. The next item is Senate Bill 2185, House Draft 1 relating to fireworks. On behalf of the Senate, Baker is chair, Moriwaki Kidani co-chairs, and member Favela.
And on behalf of the House, it's myself and Representatives Todd as co-chairs, Representatives Kitagawa and Matsumoto as managers.
I believe that we still need FAM approval, Ways and Means and Finance. And we need, of course, to fill in the blank appropriation. So shall we reconvene this conference tomorrow at 1:30 in conference room 224?
Sure, and I believe this also at some point would need an effective date as well. I think the
Yes.
most
yes.
recent draft has a defective date
Yes,
still of July
yes.
1, 2015.
Yeah.
So sure, let's reconvene 2185 tomorrow here in room 224 at 1:30 p.m.
Okay, very good. The next item on our conference agenda is Senate Bill 2685, House Draft 1 relating to planned community associations. Referred to CPN, JDC in the Senate and CPC in the House. On behalf of the Senate, I am chair. Senator Gabbard is co-chair, and members are Senators Chang and Favela.
And on behalf of the House, we have myself as chair and Representatives Kitagawa and Matsumoto as managers.
We have, on the conferee's behalf, requested a proposed CD to change the effective date to January 1, 2023. It seems that the differences between the SD2 and the HD1 are that the HD1 added some technical non-substantive amendments and an effective date. So we are taking the proposed CD1 that we will be sharing with you, takes those non-substantive amendments and cleans the date to January 1st, 2023.
And once we're in receipt of that new revised CD, I think we're able to get it by tomorrow. I think we should be able to vote on this one tomorrow
Okay,
and dispatch with this. So if we could reconvene SB 2685 tomorrow at 1:30 p.m., I think we should be able to close this one out.
okay. Tomorrow, 1:30 in conference room 224. The next item is Senate Bill 2125, House Draft 1 relating to liquor licenses. On behalf of the Senate, I have the pleasure of being the chair. My co-chair is Senator Rhodes. Members are Chang and Favela.
And on behalf of the House, we have myself and Representatives Todd as co-chairs and Representatives Kitagawa and Matsumoto as manager.
Because the House has one of the money committees on their referral, we'll of course need thin release. CPN has requested a CD to change the effective date back to upon approval. And the differences between the SD2 and the HD1 is there are some technical non-substantive amendments which we will accept in the CD1 and clean the effective date.
Okay, and I think that's something we'd be amenable to, and then we would await finance approval on our side.
Okay, so shall we reconvene conference tomorrow, April 26th at 1:30 in conference room 224?
That would be terrific.
Okay. The next item on our conference agenda this afternoon is Senate Bill 2279, House Draft 2, relating to catalytic converters. On behalf of the Senate, I have the privilege of being the chair. My co-chair is Senator Rhodes. Members are Riviere and Favela.
And on behalf of the House, we have myself and Representative Nakashima as co-chairs, Representatives Kitagawa and Matsumoto as managers.
We are working on a proposed CD that will remove exemptions and change the effective date to make sections 3 and 4 effective upon approval and the rest of the bill effective January 21, 2023.
So largely the HD2 version minus the exemption language.
Yes.
And okay, we'll wait for that draft to see it.
Okay, so let's reconvene conference on this one tomorrow at 1:30 and conference room 224.
Okay.
All right, the next item on our conference agenda is Senate Bill 3077, House Draft 2, relating to Barbering and Cosmetology Licensing Act. On behalf of the Senate, Baker is chair, members are Chang, DeCoit, and Favela.
And on behalf of the House, we have myself, Reps Matayoshi and Todd as co-chairs, and Representatives Lopresti and Matsumoto as managers.
We forwarded to the House a CD that includes DCCA's requested amendment to change the effective date to 7/1/2022 and the following amendment for purposes of consistency on page 3 lines 3 to 7. Beauty instructor means a person licensed in the state who teaches the practice of cosmetology. Beauty instructor does not include a beauty operator who teaches a barber apprentice or beauty apprentice in a barber shop or a beauty shop.
Yes, and we received that draft and we are fine with that. The House is fine with that. And we do have FIN approval and release. So we are ready to vote if you are ready to vote. Chair.
We are ready to vote. Okay. Members, we are voting on Senate Bill 3077, Conference Draft 1. And I'll call the vote for the Senate members first. Chair votes aye. Senator Chang.
Aye.
Senator DeCoit.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
May I call the members on behalf of the House?
Yes, please.
Co-chair Kitagawa.
Aye.
Co-chair Matayoshi.
Aye.
Co-chair Todd.
Aye.
Member Lopresti.
Aye.
And member Matsumoto.
Aye.
We have a bill. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Progress is being made.
First bill.
Yay. Okay.
Okay, and then lastly, HB 2272 HD1 SD1 relating to condominium associations. On behalf of the House, we have myself as chair, Representatives Kitagawa and Matsumoto as managers.
On behalf of the Senate, Baker's chair, members are Riviere, San Buenaventura, and Favela.
And my thanks to everyone for being here. I think we're just working up a draft for your review, a conference draft, Senator, of how to address our, I think, legitimate concerns about having the reserve study prepared, but in a way that is able to be implemented and feasible. So that conference draft is in the works, and as soon as we have it, we will pass it along to you for your consideration.
Okay, so shall we roll this conference over to tomorrow at 1:30 in conference room 224?
That would be terrific.
And
I think
colleagues,
that's
I
our
believe
last.
that brings us to the end of our agenda, so
Yes.
let's recess this conference.